In this video, I'm going to discuss my thoughts on the 2024 election, specifically what I think the winner is going to have to do. The winner and his party are going to have to do in order to win the election. Now, the election is going to be Trump versus Biden, most likely. And there are three major issues in this election, in my opinion. Of course, there are a whole host of issues, but there's going to be three major issues that I think the election is decided upon. One is going to be the economy, obviously. If the economy is looking somewhat decent by November, that's in Biden's favor. If the economy is taking a downturn, that's in Trump's favor. And we don't know what the economy is going to look like. By most traditional measures, the economy is good. But the thing is, we live in a very unequal society in which a lot of people are having trouble keeping themselves financially afloat. So the inherent structure of society is actually bad for the incumbent always, because most people have the impression that things are rough out there financially. And so there's already an ingrained sort of bias against the incumbent. However, like I said, most of the traditional ways that we measure the economy, right now they look fairly strong in favor of Biden. So that's kind of a toss-up at this point, but it could go either way. Now, the two other issues that I think the election that are going to be very important in the election are, one is an issue that the Democrats have the clear advantage, and that's abortion. If the Democrats can convince people who care about the abortion issue to come out and vote, the Democrats will do very well because of that issue. The Republicans are just way too extreme. There's like no leeway. And even Donald Trump, in some of his comments in the recent months, has kind of like hinted at the fact that he is not so extreme on the abortion issue and kind of wants to find a more moderate ground there. However, that's not what his party wants. His party is an extremist party when it comes to the abortion issue. So if the Democrats can keep people afraid and keep people mad about the abortion issue, that's going to be to their advantage on election day. Now, the other issue is one that is definitely 100% the Republicans have the advantage on, and that's immigration. I'll be honest with you, immigration is not that important of an issue to me either way. I think it's just part of the way the world works, that people are going to move around. People are going to go in search of better situations for their lives. And in our hemisphere, that means generally trying to get to the United States. I don't really have any ill will towards immigrants. I understand their predicament. On the other hand, I really don't care about their predicament either. I don't really see there being any moral imperative to help them get to the United States and have an easy time of it. So I'm kind of like an agnostic when it comes to the immigration issue. But in terms of popular opinion, the Democrats suck on that issue. That's like their Achilles heel. And I really don't understand the Democrat, like why their approach to immigration is what it is. If you really want my opinion, the way that you handle the immigration is by focusing on a lot of the demand. Severely go after people who actually hire undocumented workers. Focus it on as like a labor violation thing, and severely go after companies and individuals who hire people to try to get around labor laws. But I digress. So basically, those are the three issues that are going to play the major role in this election: are immigration, abortion, and the economy. Now, in terms of, in my view, I think the Democrats are going to have an easier time getting people hyped up about abortion than the Republicans will about immigration. Because the truth is, most people go weeks, months at a time without really even being impacted in any like identifiable way by the fact that there's immigration happening. Unless you live in a border area, or if you're, in one of those cities where, a sanctuary city where people are being shipped to, and you're seeing that happen. Like, in general, most people don't think too much about immigration on a daily basis. Abortion, though, that's an existential issue for a lot of young women. They see this as, wow, my body is being controlled by people who have a moral view that's not necessarily my own, a moral religious view, and that's kind of messed up. So I just kind of think the Democrats have a little bit of an advantage when it comes to abortion or immigration. I think abortion is a slightly stronger issue in terms of getting out the vote for the Democrats than immigration is for the Republicans. But I could be wrong. I think they're both great get out the vote issues. But the economy, I think, is the big one. I think really what we're looking at is how do people, not necessarily even the traditional measures, but by November of this year, how are people feeling about the economy? Are they feeling like they're going to be able to get ahead in this world for the following 4 years if they stick with Joe Biden versus putting Donald Trump back in the White House? And I don't have an answer to that. I don't know how people are going to feel, obviously, by November. But I personally feel like if the Republicans, if they can get people to be really kind of dreading the idea of Joe Biden being the president for the next 4 years economically, they'll be able to overcome any disadvantage they might have because of abortion. And especially if they can if they can further hype people up about the immigration issue, which I don't know. Like I said, I'm an agnostic when it comes to immigration. I don't know, if most people are as seriously upset by that as the hardcore MAGA crowd wants us to believe. But time will tell. We shall see. We got about 10 months to go.